Hi, this is Professor Charles Hadlock recording a video on the recent vice presidential debate. Um, for those election junkies out there, I've recorded a few videos talking about how we can use financial markets to predict the outcome of elections. These are markets where people bet on who's going to win or lose a given election, and they put their money where their mouth is. And so you can buy a ticket that pays off $1 if Donald Trump wins the election. And if that ticket costs 49 cents, essentially the financial markets are telling you there's a 49% chance that they think he's going to be the victor in the upcoming election. So a little over a day ago, there was a vice presidential debate. There's often a lot of debate about whether vice presidential debates matter, whether the VP candidates matter at all. And then, of course, during and after the debate, there's a debate about who won. And you can listen to the pundits, and I certainly did, on their opinions on these things. And at least going into the debate, sort of listening to the news and commentary, my expectation was, well, VP debates really don't matter. Historically, that was sort of the evidence. And after watching the debate, I wasn't really even sure who won, although there was a lot of commentary that at least earlier on in the debate, that Vance had a stronger performance than Walz, which would favor the Republican prospects for the presidency. And so the question is, are those things true? Did it matter? Who won the debate? And to get at that, I do my usual thing, which I've recommended before. I went and looked at the election betting odds. Okay. And so I went to my favorite site, which is electionbettingodds.com, which essentially looks at the financial markets and backs out what the markets think about the probability of victory for the two parties. Okay, now going into the debate, Kamala Harris was at about a 51.5% chance, 51.5 to 52% chance of winning from the financial markets. And so that would put Trump at 48 to 48.5% to add up to 100%. And so you can even see the graphic that to the left here shows the blue line. That's sort of the expectations of a Harris victory, and the red lines of a Trump victory, a Republican victory. And this timeline starts shortly after the debate. There wasn't much of a reaction during the debate, but shortly after the debate, as people processed what was going on, I guess the first recording I have here is midnight, October the 2nd, so hour and a half after the debate was completed. And what you can see is all of a sudden the numbers dropping for Harris and for the Democrats and increasing for the Republicans, going from about 51.5% down to 50.5% on the Democratic side, and commensurately from 48.5% to roughly 49.5% on the Republican side. And they stayed even. So by 2 a.m., that was kind of the market's verdict that essentially this was a positive news event, positive debate event for the Republican ticket, and it changed the odds of the election by about 1%, made it closer and closer to a coin flip. Not nearly the same impact as when Trump and Harris had a debate. You would think that would be more important. And in an earlier video, I talked about that and how that changed the betting odds 4 or 5% in the positive direction for the Democratic ticket. But it looks like this debate was a winner from a Republican perspective. And of course, there'll be lots of other different news events over the next month, and polls and updates about the election will change these. And so if you're interested in finding out what's really going on, you can save yourself some time and maybe some misinformation by watching lots of commentary, often that has a tilt to it, and go right to the election betting markets where people are trading, hard-headed traders who understand elections and have the best data, are putting their money where their mouth is. There's a lot of evidence in finance that those types of markets work extremely well, that they're extremely accurate on average. And we've got an update from the markets that the Republicans had a good night a couple of nights ago in the VP debate, and that at least this suggests that the VP debate and the VP candidates are somewhat relevant to an election outcome. So hope you enjoyed this video.